said he's on your
Oh, yeah, did you ever pay for that?
Yeah, I brought a brand new one.
You brought it over there?
I'm catching you on here, David. David stopped in to see us from Ohio, down here in Portland, Oregon.
You sat on it
I
afterwards.
went through and crossed him.
All of a sudden, we were having this conversation, and
Hello.
Oh my God, the table!
We're down here after court. We'll get you a few updates here in just a moment. Get Brand to help me here in a moment. There's Jason Patrick. It's raining and snowing and everything down here.
There's something we got to say right up front.
Hi, Brother Mike.
Is it pointed at you or me?
It's pointed at you.
Okay, listen, folks. There's another bombshell that's going to be coming. It's going to be on Redoubt News. Okay? I've heard it. You got to hear this. I just want to mention that up front. I want you to be on your toes and watch for Redoubt News.
It was a great day today.
The government can't feel any worse. They can't look any worse than what they look right now. They got caught in lies. They belittle witnesses. You name it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Help me do an update in just a second then. Hello, Brother Mike.
hello, John.
You surprised me and showed up. I didn't know you was coming.
Well, I told Brand early this
I guess he
morning.
didn't tell me.
Lunch was on him.
I told him to reach up and pinch your ear, but
Yeah, he did pinch my ear.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he
Well,
did.
he told you that.
He literally did.
See, I did tell you. See, he's just trying to make me look bad.
You always do what you're told, don't you?
We got Jeff here too. He's hiding. How you doing?
Great, how are you?
Doing good. Thanks for
Kicked it out of the park, I hear. I think we got this one again.
thanks for testifying today.
Oh, no problem. I'll do it for Jeanette when the time comes
Okay.
too.
Hey Neil, say hi. Hello Neil. Are you sneaking out of here?
Oh, God.
Say hi.
I'm getting overexposed.
Okay. Thanks for coming. We've got some signs down here. We'll get you on the say home, say hi to Montana. We're live here. Yes.
Got a flag and a sign and a dog. You got good dog.
We'll get you a picture of Duane here. Just say hi. And Steve. Tom Lewis. Yes. Well, thanks for coming down and supporting. It's good to have you always here. Say hi, Jake. So we'll get over here to ourselves here in just a second and give you a live update. Hey, Brand, you gonna come over here? We're gonna come down here and we'll give you an update. Get out of the rain. It's trying to rain out here. Turn it around. I don't know if you can see us. We'll get it turned around here so I can see it's raining and sun shining and snowing all at the same time. So today we had a great day today. We are not finished as we originally thought we were going to be today. Judge Brown pushed it really hard to be finished today with all of our witnesses. I haven't. It was real long and stressful. We sat in court pretty much all day without a break today. I didn't even really get a lunch break to go over notes or do a live stream, as everybody noticed. I apologize for that, but we've had some important stuff to gather for tonight for this live stream. Like I said, I haven't counted all the witnesses. I'll go over my notes here as I'm talking. One of the things that's the biggest news today that came out and the government hid in the last trial are the Navy SEALs. If everybody remembers that, that was a big deal that Mumford tried to bring out in the last trial. The defense team kept mentioning it over and over again, and the government prosecutors they kept avoiding that question, and even going as far as saying there was no such thing as any Navy SEALs, and saying that the defense team was fabricating it and lying. We found out today in court that there definitely was 2 Navy SEALs, and it took 2 trials to bring this truth out. 2 complete trials.
They pretended to be Navy SEAls. They were not.
They
real
actually
ones.
weren't Navy SEALs. They actually lied. But the 2 Navy SEAL people did exist, and they were sent in by the government. They did come through the roadblock after the perimeter was set, and so we're not even quite finished with it all yet. But it is confirmed that we do have a name to one of the Navy SEAls.
Yeah, that's right.
And I guess we might as well just say it anyway. His name is Danny Williams. He's came out public in court today, but a guy by the name of Danny Williams. We don't know all the details on if he was paid or this other guy that was a Navy SEAL pretender with him was paid or not, but we know the name Danny Williams was one of those supposedly Navy SEALs that the government covered up last time.
And don't forget the private investigators got the phone recording.
And the private investigators actually recovered a phone recording of this incident. So
they know the Navy SEAL, Danny Williams, talking to the FBI.
Yeah, Danny Williams was talking to the FBI, reporting about the incident and what was happening there as an informant, more so than actually a Navy SEAL. So another big thing I thought was interesting involved Brand today. We've been fighting for several days over whether Brand gets to testify again. And they even put an attorney on him and made him pretty much plead the fifth without even his knowledge totally of it. They did not want his testimony again this time. He testified twice in the last trial. They was threatening on impeaching him, possibly charges, all kinds of different scenarios, the government. But we ended up, the defense team got his testimony of in the last trial and the not guilty verdict omitted into this one. They actually brought an actor in, or someone who read and pretended that they were Brand on the stand. They wouldn't let Brand back on the stand again, so they brought somebody else in, hired. He even looked sort of like Brand.
I'm not a real Brand,
he had
but I do.
white hair, missing the beard, so he didn't quite look as good as Brand. But they brought an actor in, and this actor sat on the stand and just read off of a script of Brand's prior testimony. And then one of the defense lawyers, he played the lawyer, which last time was actually, I think, Shauna Cox's lawyer that was actually doing that. So he played the part of a woman, and just to try to make it as realistic as possible here to you of what happened today. But Brand did testify, but they hired an actor to take his place. So kind of like Hollywood does sometimes. So go ahead.
What did they accuse Jeff Banta of being?
Jeff Banta?
Yeah.
I don't remember right offhand.
They accused him of being an actor. Well,
yeah.
Well, we really did have an actor today.
They actually brought Jeff Banta up on the stand. That was a good point. And they asked him if he was trying to prove that Jeff Banta had lied when he came to the refuge. And one of those lies is that he said that he was an actor when he showed up there, and they were asking him if he actually was an actor, and he said no. But mostly he was just joking to get into the refuge to check it out when the first time he came out there. But they actually did bring an actor for Brand Thornton today, and they did not call this actor Idaho Jerry. It actually was Brand New Thornton. So it could be actually a clone. Brand New Thornton.
Well, I want to bring up about B.J. Soper. B.J. Soper killed her ace in the hole. That there was this collusion, that there was this conspiracy that happened, what was on the 29th of December, this big conspiracy, this big meeting, and B.J. Soper just destroyed that on the stand. There is no conspiracy. That was their ace in the hole. Then his parents, Blaine Cooper's parents, got up there and testified that Blaine Cooper has issues in telling the truth.
They definitely did.
So that Glenn Cooper's testimony has been destroyed. The conspiracy has been destroyed, and that was their ace in the hole. That's what they were shooting for, is this big conspiracy thing. It's the only thing it had, and it went down in flames.
It did. It was a great day to a beginning here of what we're trying to prove. Dan Ryan from Plains, Montana testified on his son Jake Ryan's behalf. Again, we had Jeff Banta, Nick Fisher, we had Brandon Rapola with PPN, BJ Soper. We had, let's flip here to, we had Sandy Anderson, an awesome testimony from her, recounting what happened out there and her side of it.
And they badgered her and
they really badgered her.
And it just made them look even worse.
But she did awesome on the stand.
Yes, she did.
She handled the questions properly. She handled them calmly. And another great example of the truth coming out there.
And I want to compliment Nick Fisher. You know, we've kind of had our issues. He did a great job. I felt he really did a good job on the stand and showing what they were going through and the fear factor. And you know, they did have a helicopter, an Apache helicopter, flying over these guys, actually maneuvering to possibly take a shot at them. All right. So and this was great because Nick was able to show the fear factor that was taking place, and you can imagine putting yourself in that position when they just murdered Roy Finnegan, and then they bring in an Apache helicopter that is actually maneuvering around them to get a clear shot at them, and they crawled under some of the heavy equipment.
And with his testimony of bringing that Apache helicopter, this helicopter coming in, they tried to discredit him on this incident and try to prove earlier in the morning that this didn't happen. It could have been a news helicopter is what the government played. Then this afternoon, the testimony came out, there actually was a helicopter of the government's there, along with these Navy SEAL people.
And there's restricted airspace at that time, so just nobody could fly over there but the government.
Exactly.
And again, to Nick's credit, he brought that out.
He said it was a no-fly zone. The news media couldn't have been there. So that was great. I'll go over a few names. We had Mark Robertson. He's one of the actually investigators that's working for the defendants. He is credited for bringing out a lot of this information out today that he's been trying to gather for the last 13 months here or so or longer. We had Michelle Fiore testify today. She came all the way from Nevada. Her testimony, they kept trying to shut her testimony down. They did shorten it, and
she's a character, and she did a wonderful job.
Dwayne Schrock testified. We had that's probably most of the names. We have several testimonies yet for tomorrow that we are planning on having. We're not exactly for sure which ones are going to be allowed, but we know we're not finished yet, which we thought we were going to be today. We may get into closing arguments tomorrow. I suspect we will. We just have a handful of witnesses for tomorrow. We have been almost every single witness today. The witnesses have been brought in first. They have been rehearsed. I don't remember the proper term for that, but they have been trying to slow our witnesses down. We got somebody sneaking up back here. That's Jason for you.
Photobomb!
You can see we're in good spirits down here. Things are looking great. The government was proved in several lies today, and so it was a great day. That probably pretty much wraps up most of what happened today. It covers most of the witnesses. Tomorrow should be a lot slower day, I suspect, except for just closing arguments. Closing arguments are going to be quite interesting. We got 4 closing arguments from the defendants here. Jason Patrick's attorney, Darryl Thorn's, Jake Ryan's, and Duane Ehmer's. And then we have closing arguments for the government. One thing the government does plan on bringing in, which is somewhat rare, they are planning on bringing in 2 witnesses in closing arguments. That's Chad Kardish. You can't pronounce his name. You can, Chad. Chad Cardis, he's the refuge manager out there in Burns. And again, they're planning on bringing up FBI agent Walker in these closing arguments, which was somewhat surprising because Walker really did not know much of anything, and he couldn't recall a lot. Walker is also sitting in the courtroom every single day of this trial and last trial. And so I don't know what his testimony has relevance in this case because he has firsthand knowledge of all the evidence, but they are planning on...
Go, just keep going.
Plan on bringing it. Jason's making me nervous here.
Well, I'd like to say something again for Terry Linnell. She hit another home run. I think this girl is... She's crazy like a fox. I'm telling you. She is crazy like a fox. We need to give her the credit that she deserves. She hit, not just a home run, she hit a grand slam home run.
She did good.
She did really good.
So that kind of wraps up most of what we have here today. I'm going to turn this camera around and we're going to show some more of our supporters that are behind us. They're all running now.
They're all running.
We had like 75 people here, and now there's like 3 people left. So I might not turn it around just yet. But on the other side of the camera, we do have a lot of supporters, and we appreciate them. The courtroom was packed out. Even in 13A, the overflow room, we had a lot of people up there too.
One other thing too. Terry Linnell told me of a bombshell, but she's saving that information for Redoubt News. I really wanted to talk about it here, but she said, no, this is going to the Redoubt News. You got to watch that. You got to be ready for it because it's gonna knock your socks off. I'm telling you right now, and I can't tell anybody about it. Redoubt News.
Redoubt News, you need to go check out her. She writes some great articles. She's been down here in the courtroom almost every day faithfully and reporting.
Let me give you an update. John Lamb's my ride home, so when you're done with them, we get to leave.
If we can get the vehicle started. And there's a story behind that one too.
That's a $300 vehicle. That's the story. He paid $300 for this thing. That's the story.
So to get the news firsthand and the truth, check in with us tomorrow at noon. I'm going to turn the camera and just show you Fox News over there. They haven't been reporting the truth. Let me see here. We'll get it turned around. They haven't been down here reporting. They just pop in and pop out, and we don't hear much of the truth on there. But again, here we are. We're down here at the court building, Federal Courthouse in Portland, Oregon, and we will be back tomorrow. Thanks everybody for joining us, and God bless.
Tell Paula Hart we need a new button that says God has the final